Penzance, pulled back by Farzel. Here comes the line. Penzance just holds Farzel. A marvellous week here for Alan King and jockey Robert Thornton, and Katchit, who loves Cheltenham, wins the Triumph Hurdle.
The Triumph for you and Alan was a great race. You know, Katchit, who went on to win a champion hurdle, Penzance, which incidentally was my first ever bet at the Cheltenham Festival, so thanks for that.
A pleasure.
Set me on a path to ruin there. But I remember my old man said this I don't know why, because he doesn't bet, but he for some reason fancied that. We have a Cornish connection anyway, and that was it. Penzance was going to win that first race, and on that day, and it happened. He's a lovely horse.
It did, yeah. I mean, it happened. We got him late in the season. We got him sort of Christmas time, and it wasn't a rush job at all. I mean, he won at Huntingdon, and then he went and won the Adonis, I think, at Kempton, and I don't know. From the start of that period of the 2004 through to 2008, it was a bit surreal, because you'd look through the paper, or you'd look through entries, you'd look through betting, and you'd think, oh, well, that'll win Triumph Hurdle, that'll win the William Hill, that'll win the... And that's the way it kind of worked out.
Why was that? Is it just down to quality of horse?
I suppose success, confidence. You had 100% confidence behind you with Alan. In Penzance's particular incident, I think I read somewhere that Alan had backed in anti-post. Alan had publicly said that, you know, I think this is my best chance. And it just, things like that just instills you with confidence. Yeah. And as well, something else that helped that particular week, I'd had a good week anyway, because I'd had a double for Francois Duman. Kalami won the William Hill, and Moulin Richie had won the Albert Bartlett. So it was, yeah, it was.
All in all, it was a pretty good time.
Fantastic, yeah. I mean, if you ride a winner on the first day, like I was fortunate enough to do on several times, whether it be the Arkle or the Supreme, so it's an early race first day. The rest of the week isn't a breeze, but the pressure is off, and you can enjoy it.
I suppose the most interesting thing about Katchit is that, other than, I don't know, people loved him, but I think that's in part because he was the 5-year-old to come win the champion hurdle and come back as a previous year Triumph winner. And I think we're always, as Cheltenham fans, looking for another horse to do that, because it's not easy to do. But why could he do that, do you think?
Just because he was so brave and tough. I mean, you've said that, it was said that 5-year-olds don't win the champion hurdle, or struggle to. And to be honest and fair to him, he had struggled that season. He got beaten a Christmas hurdle. He got beaten a fighting fifth, then a Christmas hurdle. He went and won a Kingwell, which you'd argue was a shade below champion hurdle class. But again, lining up at the start on him, I couldn't have him not being out the first 4. Because of his bravery, because of his, you knew he'd stay. You need to see out the 2 miles properly. You probably, you know, you need to be able to finish galloping up the hill. Like I said, lining up at the start, I could not have him been out the first 4 just because of his bravery and his tenacity, and he was a little lion. Do you know what I mean?
Which he will say that terrier like.
He
wasn't the biggest, was he?
No, and you could go down to a hurdle on him with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
However you were meeting it, it didn't matter. That was one thing that he was very good at. He was very fluent. He was almost better in tight than he was standing back. Cause just bend his knees, bang you with the other side. And I can remember going down the back, and Asana had set a very, very strong pace, which we knew he'd do. And I didn't want to let him get away. And we were going down the back, and I'll never ever forget it. Ruby was on Catch Me in front of me, and I asked him for a bit of room, because he was beat. You could do that if he was beat, and he probably won the race for me, because he just gave me enough room just to get. You know, and as I went by, he told me to you know, sit tight because they're going too quick.
When you say you asked him for a bit of room, just explain how that happens.
Well,
you don't say, excuse me.
No.
It's a very quick sort of.
Well, I'd ask it, Ruby, can I? And he'd
up his inner.
Yeah, and he'd oh, I'm beat. I'll give you a bit. I mean, we used to, I don't know how it is now because it's obviously a while, but you'd help people. Racing's a dangerous enough game to be trying to slit each other's throats. Obviously not in the last half mile. You wouldn't ask for anything, or the last 2 furlongs. You wouldn't ask for anything. But if you were out in the country in that situation and you felt the rider in front of you was beat, you might just ask for a little bit of help.